Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Cherie. I'm back with another journaling process video. I am still working on my vacation photos. I grabbed a few from my little pile that I want to put in my journal, and I chose the ones of my children at a restaurant. We all went out to eat one day after we got done scalloping or fishing or something. We were on the boat, and you can just dock your boat there at the restaurant and go eat. So I knew I wanted to use them in this particular area of my journal. When I created the journal, I made a specific spot for food, eating things, and to the right is some recipe paper that was in the back of a recipe book. And you can find neat little, notes or favorite recipes or, things like that, memos in the back of recipe books. And they're some of my favorite pages to use in journals. So I didn't want to put my photos on that white. I wanted to kind of make a little collage for the photos to go. And I knew I was going to be journaling, obviously, on the right side where the lines were. This is a piece of paper from a magazine, or maybe it was a book, I'm not quite sure. But it was like an embroidered magazine. And I love the images because, you can use them, obviously. And I use them frequently, like in any kind of craft magazine, really, whether it's embroidery or sewing or cross-stitching or something like that. I like to use the images in there. So I picked out these two, and I wasn't quite sure if I was going to go with the red one or the green one because I really like them both. And I went with the green one because I liked how it complemented the yellow on the other side of the page. And I have to the left of me, I have a big pile of different pieces that I knew I would probably use for my vacation journaling. Some memorabilia from our trip and, book pages and illustrations and printables, things like that. So I picked out this other little printable linen, which I believe is from Little Bindi, if I'm not mistaken. It's either hers or Roxy Creations, but I'm pretty sure it's Little Bindi. So I liked how the bottom photo looked, but I wasn't really happy with the top photo. I felt like it just needed a little layer behind it. So I just had that scrap piece of paper sitting on my desk, so I grabbed it. And then I kind of wanted to distress it a little bit, and I couldn't locate my little distresser tool, so I just used my scissors and just kind of roughed up the edges. Just, to give it a fun little look. It's something that I did a lot when I was scrapbooking a lot. I haven't scrapbooked in a while, but I kind of hopped on the junk journal bandwagon, which I still do scrap from time to time, but not as often as I used to. So I'm just gluing everything down. Just kind of going for it. Trying to get better with my decision making. I'm extremely slow when I journal a lot of the time. Sometimes it's easy peasy, but a lot of times I have a hard time making a decision. And I don't know if that's because I just have too much stuff pulled out and it's difficult for me to make a choice or what the deal is, but I'm trying to get better at it. So I wanted a label or something to go underneath the top photo because I wanted to break up that pink a little bit. So I just looked through my little label folder and picked out a couple. And then that embroidery strip, it had some blue in it, and I wanted to add another little pop of blue as well. Plus there's a little bit of blue in the photos, but not too much. And then I have these food labels, kitchen labels. I'm not quite sure what they're called, these little vintage labels that I love very much. And I forgot that I had them actually, so I pulled them out, and I had a red one, a blue one, a green one because I wasn't sure what color I wanted to go with. And then I had this little ice coupon vintage ticket thing, and I just stapled it on there. I love those little labels. They're so cute. I got them on Etsy a while ago. But I went with the blue one just to add more blue to the page. And then I'm just pulling out some things, digging through that pile that I have to the left of me. And then these here are little, it came from a coupon book that I actually bought when I was on vacation at an antique store. I think it was from the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And I took it out of the binding, and I thought I would use it. And I really like it a lot. It's really cute. I'm actually planning on doing a haul video soon, so I'll probably show what I have, that little book, the rest of the pieces. So I just wrote the date there on that label. And, oh yeah, this was a little, I think it's called a tea card. And when we were at the restaurant, my son had ordered gator bites. And he said that he had eaten them before and he liked them. So he tried the gator bites, but he did not really finish them. I tried them. They were okay. They were a little chewy, but they were alright. I can't say that I've eaten gator or gator tail or gator bites lots of times in my life, but it was alright. So now I was going through some of the memorabilia or ephemera that I got on the trip, and this little pamphlet here, it's actually one that I had from last year that I didn't use or stick in my journal. I just happened to run across it when I was digging through some stuff, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and stick it in now. And then that linen printable there, that's in my Etsy shop in one of the kits packs. Then I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do to cover up that space on the bottom right hand side of the page. I was thinking I could put one of the cards I had picked up from an antique store or something along those lines, but I ended up running across this book page illustration. It's from a field guide, and it is of scallops, and that's one of the reasons why we go, is to go scalloping. So I just cut it out and decided to stick it down there. And the pamphlet is of one of the springs in the area. I guess there's quite a few of them, I'm not sure, but we go and we visit that spring, and it's changed a lot over the last few years, so. But I wanted to put that pamphlet on there so that you could actually open it up and see the map on the inside of the spring. And then I had this little journaling card that I just stuck in there. It was like a little prompt journaling piece. So I stick it in that pocket. And then I also ran across this calendar page from a 1961, I think, women's magazine. And it said June and July on it. And I didn't want to cover one side up because I like both of them. So I thought I would just make a little pocket out of vellum. And I just stitched it and taped it in. I didn't put anything underneath that. I probably will later on, but for now I just kind of stuck that on there. Because the first signature of my book is mostly of June. Excuse me, things that we did in June. And then I started in July in the next signature. I guess I was having problems getting it in there. I wanted the stitching to be on the right hand side because I knew I was going to tape it in and I didn't want to tape up the stitches. I liked how they looked. I was just looking at some washi and I went with that one because I felt like it went with the girl's dress and the illustration on the bottom. Yeah, see, there's a nice little spot underneath there. I could probably put a photo or something down. And then this is the last photo that I have. I wasn't sure where I was going to put it. And it's of me and my son on the boat. He's getting older, so his willingness to take photos is not what it used to be. So he had fallen asleep, and I took the opportunity to snap a photo. And I was quite proud of myself. So, I'm still trying to figure out where I want it to go. And I ended up choosing that spot. And I figured I would put some more of that ephemera that I have in an envelope by the photo. But it was a little bit too big, so I had to trim it down some. And that trimmer is a Creative Memories. I think it's called a personal trimmer or something like that. And it's retired, but you can still find them on eBay fairly cheap. So the envelope was also a little too big. So I had this smaller one, but I did not like how it looked. I felt like it kind of blended into the page a little too much. So I grabbed some washi while I was contemplating my envelope dilemma. And that washi, I love the flowers on it. I don't know, I just love it. I actually got it at a thrift store in a pack of 2 for 25 cents. So maybe that's why I love it so much, because it was such a good bargain. Yeah, so I'm sticking it there, but I'm trying not to cover up most of my face. Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, what am I going to do here? So I decided to just trim the envelope. And then I was thinking, well, do I want to have it open on the side and glue it shut, or do I want to glue the side down and use it as a regular envelope? And that's what I went with. And then I thought, well, I'll go ahead and make a pocket out of it as well. So I just taped 3 sides down. And I just stuck a little pamphlet in there from the river, and then that is a Project Life card that I did a little bit of journaling on. I didn't do much, but I may go back and write some more or decorate it a little bit more. And then I just go into the rest of my journaling. So yeah, that was a fun, and I'm glad that I got some of my vacation photos in my journal. I've been wanting to do it, but school just started and all my kids are in school, so it's kind of been crazy trying to get everything squared away with that, but it's starting to even out, and I'm having a little bit more time to craft, so it's nice. But I do miss my babies during the day. So yeah, so I'm just writing about the restaurant and the fact that Jeremiah got gator bites, and just regular journaling. Oh, and the fact that my daughter, my oldest one, she really does not like me to take her photo. So she just looks so excited in that top picture. Kind of like, really, Mom? So I just wrote yummy because it was just a little prompt card that was like, this food is, and then you write an adjective or something like that. So, and I think that pretty much does it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And like I said, I'm hoping to do a haul video because I got quite a few things when I was on vacation, and some other things since I've been home. So that is the finished project. And I will talk to y'all later. Have a blessed day.